Middle East will have more dangerous new hotspots. Media across the Middle East is reeling from the resignation of Lebanese Prime Minister Saad al-Hariri. His resignation, possibly under the orders of Saudi Arabia and Israel, is a sign that a new phase of war is underway when the ISIS experiment ends. Along with the acts of proclaiming and nurturing terrorist groups in Syria and Iraq, the Riyadh government has launched other disturbances throughout the region. Saudi Arabia and Israel have given the green light to Lebanese Prime Minister Saad Hariri to resign, accusing Iran and Hezbollah of plotting to overthrow him and plan to assassinate him, just as the assassination of his father, Rafik Hariri, Prime Minister of Lebanon, in 2005. Lebanese Prime Minister Hariri announced his resignation in the speech on November 4, 2017. But it was delivered in a speech broadcast from Saudi Arabia. However, the resignation statement came less than a month after he announced plans to join a coalition with Hezbollah leader Lebanon. The issue became clearer when Hariri announced his resignation shortly after his visit to Saudi Arabia. In an article by two analysts, Gordon Duff and Nahid al-Husseini, on Veterans Today, and Middle East source revealed that Mr. Hariri's resignation was the start of a new round of conflict in Syria and the Middle East. Hariri's resignation, in a bid to provoke a major conflict between Shiites and Sunni in Lebanon, to isolate Hezbollah, to eradicate the mighty Shiite militia supporting Assad in Syria. At the same time, there are internal Iraqi moves against former Maliki and ruling Shiite allies. The situation in Iraq is changing, as the new war will be the food for ISIS and pro-Israel rebel groups along Saudi-Syria border. In the article, analysts Gordon Duff and Nahid al-Husseini stressed that Saudi Arabia had begun the process of radicalizing the Kurds, making them the new card of the West. Over the past 2 months, Saudi Arabia has also begun to bail out the leaders of the Syrian Democratic Revolution, SDF, in an attempt to get into the Syrian civil war with the United States and Russian leaders. Shake the Middle East to deal with Iran. According to analysts, places that could turn into a new war zone in the Middle East are mostly Syria, Rojava, and Iraq, Kurdistan, but maybe a new war has been planned against Lebanon. This is the sequel, Plan B, in the strategy of dividing the Middle East, whose nuclear forces will be ISIS remnants, and the common new offspring of America, born to replace ISIS, continues to threaten the Gulf states, Europe and the United States. So in the future, it is likely that the war will continue to intensify in Syria, and the ISIS-trained United States remnants along with the Arab forces in the SDF coalition, Iraqi Kurdistan, will be the new pioneers of the United States and Saudi Arabia. Being new. Thank you for watching.